Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to make chemistry P1 for Cambridge O level, October-November session 2023. Subject code is 5070 and the paper variant is 12. We have 1 hour total time and 40 MCQs we have to solve. So we're gonna solve it. From the question number 1, the question number 1 is a solid substance is placed in a flask. The flask is gently heated and the temperature of the substance is recorded at regular time interval. The diagram shows a graph of the temperature against the time for this experiment. At which point does this flask contain both a solid and a liquid? We need to find the temperature from the graph that show both a solid and liquid. We know that it's a heating curve graph because it is gently heating, and another thing we know that at point D it's the boiling point, and at boiling point we know that the two state occurs that are solid, that are liquid and gas. And for the point C, it is between the transition, and point B is of the melting point, or at the melting point we know that the two states occur are solid plus liquid. This straight line show that during boiling the temperature doesn't change. This straight line show that during melting the temperature doesn't change, and the heat goes to converting the particles or helping the particles in changing the state. So the option would be solid plus liquid. We need to carefully observe that, and the option would be B. Okay, the next part is, now the next question is question number 2. A crystal of sodium chloride is dropped into a beaker of water and the crystal dissolves. Okay, there are 4 stages in this process. Number 1, there are 4 stages. The number 1 is the water molecules collide with the ions in the crystal lattice. So this is wrong because water molecule doesn't have any crystal lattice. The ionic bonds is in the crystal break. Yes, ionic bond crystal in the break, but we need to find the beaker of water and that crystal dissolve. We don't need to find that crystal block. The ion moves randomly in all directions until they are evenly spread throughout the solution. So this option is correct. Now we need to read option number 4. The ion continue to move randomly in all directions but remain evenly spread throughout the solution. This happens only in the case, okay, at which stage is diffusion is occurring. So we know that option 1 and option 2 does not satisfy, and the ion continues to move randomly in all directions but remain evenly spread throughout the solution. But the closest option is option 3, that when the ion moves randomly in all directions until they are evenly spread through the solution, because they are evenly spread through the nation. This, so the option is, because they are moving in all the direction, the better option is the option C. Now we move to the part C. Question number 3. Question number 3 is W is ethene. Ethene have a molecular formula of C2H4 alkene. X is air. Air, we know that it's a mixture. Y is iodine, we know that's an element. And Z is a brass. Brass is also a mixture. Okay, which row is correct? Element is W is the element. W is ethene, so it is not an element. The next option is option B, that is W is, again this is wrong. We only need to check C and D because C have element, and Y is the iodine, iodine is the element, so we need to check other compound is W, and W and Z. Z we know that it's a brass, so this option is also wrong. Now the only option W and X and Y is an element, yes, that is correct. W is a compound, that is correct. And X and Z, both air and brass are mixtures. So the correct option for this would be option number D. So we're gonna circle it, option number D. Okay, now we will move to the next question, question number 4. Hope that you are getting those answers correctly. Question number 4 is of which statement about the isotopes of bromine is correct? What are the okay, now you can see the question. This statement about the isotopes of bromine is correct. What are isotopes? Isotopes are those that have the same atomic number but different atomic masses, because they contain different number of neutrons, but their number of electrons and protons are always equal. So I'm gonna read it. They are atoms with same number of electrons but different number of protons. This is a wrong option. Option B, there are atoms of the same number of neutrons, same number of electrons. No, it might be or it might not be. They are the atoms with the same number of protons and same chemical property, because chemical property depend upon the number of electrons. So that's why this option is correct, because they have same number of protons and same chemical. Isotopes do have same chemical property but different physical property. So the option D is also wrong. The only option correct is option number C. That was an easy question. Question number 5. Which diagram shows a selection of the section of the ionic chloride solution? Ionic chloride. Ionic lattice of sodium chloride, NaCl. We know that Na has a positive charge and chloride have a negative charge. So option C and D are carrying Na negative charge. So this is a wrong option. We need to choose between option number A and option number B, because each sodium is sodium, and each sodium is making a bond with chlorine atom. So sodium, and sodium chloride. In this way you can say that sodium option is not correct. Sodium and chlorine. So this is the right option, when sodium and chloride, they are showing the bond. So option number A is the correct option over here. Now we will move to the question number 6. When dilute HCl is added to the aqueous lead nitrate, okay, a white precipitate lead chloride is formed. What is the ionic equation for the reaction? We need to build the ionic equation for this reaction. Dilute HCl. What is the formula for the dilute HCl? We know that it is Cl, and we know that it is added in the aqueous lead nitrate. Aqueous lead nitrate have a formula PbNO3 whole twice. They will form a white precipitate of lead chloride, PbCl2 plus 2HNO3. So we need to write the status. Aqueous solution, solid, salt is forming white precipitate, and again this is aqueous solution. We need to write the ionic equation. Okay, first we need to balance 2 hydrogen chloride will give you 2HNO3, and yes, equation is balanced now. 2 hydrogen ions plus 2 chloride ions plus 2 lead Pb plus 2 ions plus 2 nitrate ions, and PbCl2 is a solid, so you don't need to write its ion. Hydrogen plus and 2 nitrate ion. So hydrogen, we're gonna cancel with this hydrogen, 2 nitrate is gonna, and the ionic ion would be Pb plus 2 plus 2Cl minus 1 would give you PbCl2. So the option number C is the correct option. Okay, first we have built the equation, then we change it to the ionic equation, then we solve it by cancelling the common ions, the spectator ions. Okay, now we will move to the question number 7. Which rows show a pair of molecules? Okay, which row shows a pair of molecules that of a compound Y? Okay, pair of molecules of compound Y. MR of the compound X is exactly half that of compound Y. It means that if X have a 50, then it means Y is double of that 100, or Y is 100, then X would be half X of it. We need to calculate the atomic masses. As we can see that this has an atomic mass of 12 plus 32, 44, and we already know that 12 plus 12 plus 12, 36. This is not the half of it. Then we're gonna check carbon, hydrogen, how many carbon atoms? 24. Then chlorine 35. Again, this is not the half of it. Now we need to calculate option number C, or we can say that this is not exactly the half if we calculate. And for CO2, let's this is the closest option. 12 plus 2 into 16, that would give you 44. And for CH3, CO2, C carbon has 12, hydrogen has 3, carbon again has 12, oxygen has 2 into 16, then 2 atoms of carbon again, 2 into 12, then plus 5 into 1, 5 plus 24, 29, 29 plus 32 plus 12 plus 15 would give you 88. So 88 is the double of 44, or you can say that half of 88 is 44. So the option number D is the correct option for this question. Okay, now we will move to the next part. This was the easy question. We need to calculate only the molar masses. We can see their molar masses or atomic masses from the periodic table. We just need to add them. Okay, next question is question number 8. One volume of gaseous element X2 combines with an equal volume of gaseous hydrogen. It means one volume, you can take it as it is 1 mole, or you can write 1 gaseous plus 1 mole of combined with the gaseous hydrogen atom, 1 H2 would give you HX and 2 balancing 2 HX. So what is the correct formula for hydride of X? The correct formula for the hydride of X would be option number B. Okay, question number 9. Which reaction would produce the greatest volume of carbon dioxide? Greatest volume of the carbon dioxide at room temperature and pressure, and we have been provided with the molar masses of calcium carbonate, that is of 100, sodium carbonate, that is of 106, and copper carbonate, that is of 124. So we need to calculate intelligently, uh, and the requirement is we need to calculate the greatest volume of carbon dioxide. So we need to calculate in each case the volume of carbon dioxide or mole of carbon. 1 gram of carbon would in excess oxygen, so 1 divided by 12, that would be 0.083, and 1 mole are here, so same would be produced of carbon is 0.083. Then thermal decomposition of 10 grams of calcium. 10 divided by calcium carbonate have a molar mass of 106, so the answer is 0.1, or carbon dioxide will also be 0.1. Adding 10 gram of sodium carbonate is the excess dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, sodium carbonate have a molar mass of 106. 10 divided by 106, and the answer is 0.094, and the same 0.094 because there's 1 mole or mass. Now we have been given the consideration adding 50 centimeter cube of 1 mole dm cube of sulfuric acid to an excess copper carbonate. So sulfuric acid is consideration is given 50 divided by 1000 multiplied by molar concentration would give you the mole 0 solid 5 over 20, and the answer is 0.05. so the same 0.05 will produce over here. Now we need to check the which have the greatest volume, 0.083, 0.1, 0.094 or 0.04. so we 0.1 is the greatest volume, so option number B is the correct option. Okay, now we move to the next question, question number 10. Again, this is a calculation question from the part of stoichiometry or stoichiometry. You can say chrome alum is the common name for a salt which has the formula of chromium potassium sulfate, or you can say alum. What is the percentage by mass of chromium in a chrome alum? This is the most easiest MCQs. You just need to calculate their molar mass. Chrome, from periodic table we can see that chromium have a molar mass of 52, potassium have a molar mass of 39, or sulfate because 2 moles are coming to bracket, and sulfur has a 32. Then oxygen has 16 into 4, 64, 96, 96 multiplied by 2, that is 192. 192 plus 39 plus 58 would give you 283. 283 is the molar mass of this potassium. We need a chrome alum, we need to find the mass of chromium. 52 is the mass of chromium, and 283 multiplied by 100. So after calculating, its value would be 18.4%. So option number B is over there. It's the correct option, 18.4. This was an easy question. Whenever you need to calculate the percentage of a particular element, you just need to take the mass of the element which you are calculating for the percentage and dividing the whole dividing the molar mass of the whole percentage. Okay, so this was an easy question. Now we will move to the next question, question number 11. Okay, the question number 11 is the equation show the production of iron by the reduction of, again I'm gonna read it. The equation show the production of iron by the reduction of iron 3 oxide. Fe2O3 plus 3CO would give you 2 iron plus 3 CO2. 80 tons of iron oxide produces 50 tons of iron. What is the percentage yield? So we need to calculate the percentage yield. This is again the stoichiometry question. Chemical calculations are asked here. Okay, first we need to calculate the molar mass. 2 into 56, iron have atomic mass of 56, then 3 into 16, 48 plus 112 would give you their molar mass, that is equal to 160. So I'm gonna calculate it. From the balance equation we can see that Fe2O3 and Fe from 2Fe. Okay, 1 mole is producing 2. We need to calculate the moles from 180 over 160. Their molar mass 80 tons was the iron, then this would be 0.5. 0.5 will gonna produce 1, and iron have a atomic mass of 56. 1 into 56 would give you 56 grams. Okay, so we need to calculate the percentage. From the experiment we achieved 50 tons of iron. 50 divided by 56, which was theoretical yield, multiplied by 100. The answer would be, after putting those value, 89%. So option D is the right option. First we need to compare the moles. First we need to calculate the molar mass, then we calculated the moles. After comparing their mole ratio 1, 2 and 0.51, and we need to calculate the molar mass. We need to calculate the mass by multiplying the moles to molar mass. After getting the mass, which is theoretical mass, we're gonna divide it from the actual mass. 50 divided by 56 from the experimental yield which was given in the question. The answer is 89 because percent. We need to multiply it by 100. Now we will move to the question number 12, which is the part belong to electrolysis. Aqueous copper sulfate is electrolyzed using copper electrodes. Which row correctly describe what happened? Mass of anode increases. Okay, copper, we are using copper electrodes, so obviously at anode the copper will lose and the mass would decrease. So this is the right option, this was the wrong, and remains the same. And this, and the mass of cathode, because copper is gained, or so the mass of it would increase, the option number C, and it turns into the color of electrolyte is blue. So the option number C is the right option. Okay, I'm gonna move to the next question. Question number 13. Hydrogen reacts with chlorine to form hydrogen chloride. H2 plus Cl2 would give you 2HCl. This is the question of energetics, chemical energetics. We need to calculate the enthalpy change. We already know the formula for the enthalpy change is delta H is bond H energy, reactants bond energy, hydrogen, that is of 436, plus reactants energy, and again the reactants chlorine, that is 242 reactant energy, and then subtracted from the product energy, that is -2, and the product energy is 431 because it is carrying 2 moles. We're going to multiply it by 2. 436 plus 242 would give you 678. Then subtracting from -832 would give you -184. You need to carefully calculate the sign as well, because -184 is also given and +184 is but you can see our answer is carrying minus 184. So the option number B is the correct option, minus 184 kilojoule per mole. Now we will move to the question number 14. Nitrogen and oxygen reaction is as shown. N2 plus 2O2 would give you 2NO2. The enthalpy change, again this is the question for energetics, the enthalpy change for the reaction is shown 66 joule. If the 2 moles of nitrogen and 2 moles of oxygen are used, what will be the enthalpy change? We can see that nitrogen and oxygen, first we need to calculate which is the limiting reactant. So how much gonna produce, it only depends upon the limiting reactant. We already know that it is carrying 2, then it divided by 1 is carrying 2, then 2 divided by 2 because it's carrying 2 was 1. So the limiting reactant would be oxygen. So we're gonna write over here limiting reactant is oxygen. So it's gonna control the amount of product, and we know that it has 2 mole, it also has 2 mole, it is carrying 66. The same energy would be carrying by the oxygen, that is 66 kilojoules. Okay, because they have the same number mole and oxygen is the limiting reactant. So this is how we have solved it. Now we will move to the question number 15. Physical changes and chemical changes can occur in the substances. Okay, physical changes and chemical changes can occur in the substances. What processes describe a chemical change? A covalent bond in methane molecules are broken. Next is intermolecular covalent bonds in methane molecules are broken. This is the correct option. We're gonna select it here, the correct, or all other options are wrong. Next is question number 16. The two methods used by the students to measure the rate of the reaction are the despairing cross method and the loss of mass method. For the despairing cross, in the first part is for the despairing cross, the student measure the time taken for the reaction mixture to go cloudy. So reaction 1 is despairing cross. Option A and option B are gonna the right option. We're gonna choose from here, and we need to read. Process pieces of calcium carbonate are added to dilute hydrochloric acid. When calcium carbonate react with hydrochloric acid, we know that CO2 will produce, and CO2 will the cause of loss of mass. So option B is the right option because it is carrying loss of mass. So we're gonna circle the option number B over here. Question number 17. Hydrogen is used as a reactant both in the Haber process and its addition to alkene. Which row is correct? Haber process is the famous process of producing ammonia. Okay, NH3. Okay, catalyst in the Haber's process is iron. This both are correct option, and nickel is the wrong option. Okay, product of addition of hydrogen to alkene. So we know that alkene will produce after adding the hydrogen. The option number A is the correct option. Okay, now we will move to the question number 18. Chlorine Cl2 reacts with iron Fe plus 2 ion. Which statement about the reaction is correct? Chlorine is oxidized, Cl minus 1 ions are formed by the Fe plus 2 ions have gained electrons. No, they didn't. Fe2 oxidation is from plus 2 to increasing. Cl2 has 0 oxidation state, is a minus distance decreasing. Fe plus 3 ions are formed by the oxidation because the change in oxidation number with gain of electron, increase in the oxidation state. Option D is the correct option for the question number 18. Now we'll move to the question number 19. Which statement is correct? Okay, which statement is correct? A base will react with ammonium salt to produce a gas that turns damn blue litmus to red. No, this is not the right answer. Option: adding a base to acidic solution will increase the pH of the solution. We know that alkalinity increase, it means that pH level would increase after adding the base. So option number B is the correct option. Now we move to the question number 20. Information about the 3 oxide Q, R and T is given. 3 oxide. Q reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form salt and water. Okay. Reaction with acid and producing this neutralization. So Q would be basic oxide. You can say basic oxide. R reacts with both acid and bases to form salt. This is amphoteric oxide. Okay. T reacts with aqueous sodium hydroxide to form salt and water. This is an acid. Again, neutralization or reaction. So first is base. This Q is wrong. Base, amphoteric and acidic. Option number D is the correct option. Now we will move to the question number 21. But which definition of hydrated substance is correct? What is the hydrated substance? Which hydrated substances are those substances that carrying the water molecules inside them along with them? Or you can say that CuSO4.5H2O, like Na2CO3.10H2O, washing soda. These are the hydrated compound. So we're gonna read the options. Hydrated substances are soluble and no with compound. Hydrated substance is any compound that contains no water. No, this is the totally opposite of it. Hydrated substance is the one that is chemically combined with the hydrogen. No, hydrated substance is one that is chemically combined with the water. This is the correct option. Now we will move to the question number 22. Question number 22 is: a substance has the 5 reagents. A student has 5 reagents: dilute hydrochloric acid, okay, HCl, sulfuric acid, H2SO4, nitric acid, HNO3, solid calcium carbonate, CaCO3, solid copper carbonate, CuCO3. So these are the solutions. All are acids and these are the salts. They are solids. So we know that it will produce the following salt: calcium chloride, CaCl2, then copper chloride, CuCl2, okay. Also calcium sulfate salt will be produced when it reacts with sulfuric acid, and copper sulfate salt will be produced. Also calcium nitrate will produce when HNO3 react, and copper nitrate will produce when copper carbonate would be reacted. So we know that calcium chloride is the soluble, copper chloride is soluble, copper sulfate is soluble, calcium nitrate, copper nitrate, all nitrates are soluble, but calcium sulfate is not completely soluble. So it is we need to how many how many soluble salt can be prepared from these 5 reagents. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So option number C is the correct option. Okay, the table show the number of electrons. The table show the number of electrons in one of the atom of the element W, X and Y and Z. Which statement is correct. W and Z are the, we need to write the first electronic configuration. We know that W carrying 2 and 7, 2, 8 and 5. Electronic configuration 2, 8 and 9, and 2, 8, 18 and 7. So the last shell 7, it means they belong to the same group. So the option number A is the right option. W and Z are in the same group. 23, answer A. Okay, 24. Some properties of elements in the group 7 and the reason for these properties are shown. Which row shows a property and the reason for this property? Okay, all the elements exist as diatomic molecule. Okay, reason for this property is each atom has 7 electrons in the outer shell. We know that group 7 carrying 7 electrons on all these are exist in the diatomic state, like F, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and can share a pair of. So option number A is the correct option, because they are carrying diatomic molecule. They have 7 electrons in their outermost shell, group 7. So this was the similar question like the previous question number 23. Okay, now we'll move to the question number 25. A 25. Okay, aircraft manufacture require a metal that has a relatively low density. Number 2, quality should be it is a resistant to corrosion. Which property apply to the aluminium? We know that aluminium which property, both 1 and 2 are aluminium is carrying both these properties. It has low density, that's why it is used in the aircraft, and it is resistant to corrosion, that's why it is used in the aircraft. So we will move to the next question. Question number 26. Which diagram represent an alloy? We know that A, B and C are not the alloys. D are carrying these thing is showing the mixture. So option number D is the right option. This was an easy question. Now we will move to the question number 27. A small piece of metal is added to a large beaker of water. A vigorous reaction occur. When the reaction stop, a few drops of litmus are added to the solution. What is the metal and which color is the solution after the litmus is added? So we know that magnesium is lower in the reactivity order, and option number A is the correct, because the color of the solution turns into blue or blue. That's why it is option number A. Okay, now we move to the question number 28. The rusting of iron can be prevented by the coating of iron with another material, that is called electroplating. Which statement explains why coating with zinc is more effective than painting? If the coating is damaged, zinc corrodes instead. Yes, zinc is sacrificial element, that's why zinc is used. So option number A is the correct option. The question number 29. The list show the position of the metal X in the reactivity series of the metal. Which method could be used to extract metal X? Okay, electrolysis is the electrolysis of the solid metal oxide. No. Heating the metal oxide with carbon. Yes, this is heating the metal oxide with the copper. No. Heating is only is 1, 2, 3, and this option number C 29 is the right option. Now we will move to the question number 30. Which statement about the water is correct? Distillation is used to remove insoluble impurities from the domestic water supply. This is the closed option. Water containing impurity turns anhydrous copper sulfate blue. This is the exact option. So I'm gonna write over here. Option A, B, A, C, D are wrong. Water containing impurity. Why is it no? Water containing no. So the option B is the best option. Water containing impurity turn anhydrous copper sulfate to blue. CuSO4.5H2O. Again, this is the question from hydrated compounds, and hydrated compound comes second time in this paper. Question number 31. Some compounds that can be used as a fertilizer are ammonium nitrate, okay, NH4NO3, potassium nitrate, KNO3, potassium sulfate, okay, and sodium phosphate. Three of the elements required for the plant growth have the same atomic symbol NPK: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. How many of three elements are present in each of the compound? Okay, first we need to write their formula. From ammonium nitrate, you can say NH4NO3. For potassium sulfate, potassium nitrate, that is KNO3. Potassium, this is carrying one only nitrogen, this is carrying potassium and nitrogen 2. Potassium phosphate is K3PO4, this is carrying potassium and phosphorus only 2. And sodium phosphate Na3PO4, this is carrying only phosphorus. Okay, so 1 2 2 1. Option number B is the correct option. This was a good question and somewhat technical question. Question number 32. Different strategies to reduce the effect of the environmental issues have been suggested. Which row is correct? Strategy to reduce the effect of reduction in the livestock farming, reduction in the livestock farming, reduction in the use of NOV. Options C and D are wrong. I'm gonna check from A and B. Planting trees or using low. Yes, acidic rain would happen less. To avoid the acid rain, option B is the correct option. So option B we're gonna write over here. So this was an easy question. Which statement about organic compound is correct? Okay, ethyl molecule of propanol 1 has one OH group and each molecule of propanol 2 has two OH. No, they both have only one OH group. They are isomers. Octane and decane are in a homologous series with the general formula of CN. No, they have the general formula of this is the general formula for alkene, this is the general formula for alkene. Okay, the ester butyl butanate has 8 carbon atom. Yes, this is right. Butyl has 4 carbon, butanate has 4 carbon atom. Just for the sake of understanding, we're gonna read part D. The structure of the functional group in carboxylic acid is C. No, this is also wrong because it carried double bond over here. So the option C is the correct option. Now we will move to the question number 34. Over here. Okay. In the fraction distillation of petroleum, different fractions are obtained at the top and bottom of the fraction column. Which properties does the fraction obtained at the top of the fractioning column have compared with the fraction obtained at the bottom? Higher viscosity, lower boiling point, lower volatility, or the shorter chain of length? Low boiling point is the right and the shorter chain length is also the right. So option number 2 and 4. Option number C is the correct. Higher viscosity doesn't require and lower volatility also not required. So option number 2. Option number C is the correct for question number 34. Now we will move to the question number 35. A chlorine atom can replace a hydrogen atom in a molecule of butane to form chlorobutane. How many different structure isomers of chlorobutane can be formed? Structure isomers of chlorobutane can be formed. We can write over here bromine or chlorine, that it would be 1 chlorobutane. We can write over here, then it would be 2 chlorobutane. If we write over here chlorine, then it is again 2 chloro, because we will count the counting, we will start the counting from left side. Or if we write over here, it would be 1 chlorobutane. So only two isomers are possible, 1 chlorobutane and 2 chlorobutane. So the option number B is the correct option. Okay, now we will move to the question number 36. The two statements are shown. When ethanol is made from glucose by fermentation, each glucose molecule produces 3 molecules of ethanol. And when ethanoic acid is made from ethanol, the ethanol acts as an oxidizing agent. No, it acts as a reducing agent. So this is the wrong option. Or when ethanol is made from glucose by fermentation, each glucose molecule produces 3. I'm gonna check it here. C6H12O6 glucose will turn CO2 plus C2H5OH. Okay, 2. So only 2 glucose. It doesn't produce 3 molecules. It only produces 2 molecules of ethanol. So both options are wrong. So option number D is the right answer for this question. Now we will move to the question number 37. 37 is again from organic chemistry, but from the part of polymerization. Okay. Polymer X is an addition polymer. The monomer used to make X is but1ene. So we're gonna write over here addition polymer. Y is a condensation. The monomers used to make Y are this and this. Which statement? Y is a polymer? No. Y is a polymer? No. So we need to choose from option number B and D. Option number B and D are only selected if we solve this. Okay, we know that it's an addition polymer. C double bond C, C2H5 and H and H plus C double bond C2H5 H and H. It will result into this would be the repeating unit. They will make bond with each other by breaking this double bond, and the repeating unit would be like this. So option number D, C2H5, CH and CH2. Option number D is the right answer for it. Okay, now we'll move to the last 3 questions of this paper. That is question number 38. This is from experimental chemistry. A filtrate is a which statement is correct? A filtrate is a substance that remains on the filter paper after filtration. No. A saturated solution has the maximum amount of solvent dissolved in the solute. No. At a particular temperature, it may be right. A solution is a compound produced when a solute reacts with. Solution is a mixture, doesn't need a reaction. A substance that remains in the heated flask after distillation is called residue. So option number D is the right option. Now 39 is from chromatography. The diagram shows a chromatogram with spot has a RF value of 0.75. Okay, we need to calculate all those values. For option number A is RF value 2.5 divided by, we need to measure from this one 2.5 divided by the whole solvent front is 9. Okay, for the option number B 3/9, for the option number C 7/9, and for the option number D 7.5/9. So this is the answer 0.75. We are looking for this RF value, so the option number C is the right option for this RF value. Okay, now we will move to the question number 40, the last question of our paper. The result of some tests on the polluted river water are shown. Reagent: aqueous sodium hydroxide, aqueous ammonium. Okay, white precipitate. Observing an excess reagent, precipitate dissolved to give a colorless solution, no further change. We know that which metal ion can be used, must be present in the water. Aqueous hydroxide, aqueous ammonium. So white precipitate, it indicates only aluminium ions. So this is the right option for the question number 40. So this is how we have completed our paper just before the required time. Okay, I hope you get the better understanding of this paper after watching this video. Do recommend to your friend who are giving the exam for the chemistry O level P1, and do like and subscribe my channel as well. This paper, when I check on the threshold for this paper was 25 marks, and tell me about your score, what kind of score you have got after solving this paper. So hopefully you have get the better understanding of this paper by watching this video. Do subscribe and do recommend to your friends. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz. Take care.